This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the came from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. Yeah, yeah. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity.
I don't watch TV or the news cause nothing good is on. I heard about this dude that got killed cause his hood was on. Seems like the good is gone, and that's so sad to me. We living in a world that's glorifying these tragedies. So why is this happening? It's cause the world's dying. Everybody's too busy chasing these pearls and diamonds. Girls are crying and all the boys are lost, and we out here gambling without a coin to toss. I shut the noises off cause I can't even think straight. With all the confusion going on, it's hard for me to concentrate. There's too much on my plate that I can't swallow. There's too many leaders in this place that I won't follow. I'm so hollow. How do I fill the void when we as a people have found a way to kill the choice? Still have a voice, so I kneel and pray, and I'm asking for somebody to take me away.
Take me away. This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the came from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. Yeah, yeah. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity. Yeah.
Damn, they get us with technology. The media, it works oh so cleverly. They know exactly how to predict tragedy, then time it right and play it out for us graphically. Put us in shock and leave us only wanting answers, so we believe whatever we hear after. Put children in fear and stop laughter. Leave your mama in tears, close chapters. But we made it out the Holocaust. Still ignorance doesn't come without a heavy cost. And damn, it's gotten so bad to wake anybody up. You gotta tell them that a life was lost. But my alarm clock finally came through, and this time I ain't gonna hit snooze. Using my own mind's way overdue, and you should try it too. Don't let them deceive you.
This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the came from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. Yeah, yeah. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity. Yeah.
Look at the world, how it twirls and everybody hurls on each other. There's no love for one another, sir. It's time to take the lead. Time to make the people see that in order to be free, gotta eliminate the greed. This is the only way, a chance for a better day. They can take the light today, but never take my fight away. Some people use and abuse in order to amuse, and they forget in the long run what they're gonna lose. But they choose, everybody's got a choice. I never had money, so I learned to use my voice. Learn how to speak my mind, learn how to take my time. Learn how to not step on your toes, just to get what's mine. Too many live in regret and try to press rewind, cause they don't realize that their actions put them out of line. But that's humanity, lost in insanity. Prisoners and victims being pressured by the vanity.
3 towers fell the same, but only 2 planes hit. I caught a demo for control, but the truth got flipped, cause they ignored what the engineers and architects spoke. If jet fuel couldn't drop them, then a bomb would explode. Conspiracy and a theory when it's facts to discuss. You can't hate terror or be a terrorist shedding blood. America's been Bin Laden before Bin Laden's born. Imagine what we don't know, picture the quietest storm. They set up incidents to garner power, take our freedoms. These are the same people assassinating other world leaders. Don't say it never happened, don't be blind with no reaction. Common sense is contagious, it's a sneeze, hope you catch it. First responders got cancer, asbestos the answer. The media manipulates and covers for these bastards. If you don't understand how the system operates, you can't fight it. Rest in peace to the people lost that day.
This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the came from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. Yeah, yeah. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity.
Yeah. CIA chains been Ben works well, Ben goes hard, gets ill intel. Ben goes rogue, Ben knows hell awaits he who takes what is free and sells. He don't yell, he just trains, he just groom extremist brains. They plan out, they take planes, jack 'em, crash 'em, Ben takes blame. Saudis leave, people claim, Bush set the whole thing up, a damn shame. We don't know, we just saying. History tells future present men claim. If it happened before, it'll happen again. Everything's a cycle, people pedal the chains. We just want peace, a place where we could be, where we could live forever and free.
Manipulation struck a nation so that they can start a war. 9/11 was fixed and I believe it to the core. It makes me sick to my stomach the way the system is running. It's like every single day I'm exposed to what's stunning. I remember seeing everybody screaming and running. The powerful, they said, fuck it, the people will die. Just stick to the lie, they know they gotta get by. It was a day I can't forget, the government played us like roulette. Knowing the people will want some vengeance, a plaque with some mentions will never be enough. This will make our people tough, super angry with trust. They'll be willing to go to war to kill the innocent and the poor, and they won't even know what for. With lies and deception, misleading elections causes the people to live in prevention. Attention is needed to those who've been scheming. No wonder the states is internally bleeding.
This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families.
Talk to 'em.
This is for the cake from the plate and straight to those we lost tragically.
Those we lost.
This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality.
Open your eyes.
This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity.
This is a war on humanity, I'm not talking vanity. Since 9/11 had to change up my strategy. Instead of baggy jeans, I'm rocking black suits and briefcases. Got a nice cold heart, that's why I'm still pacing. They say it's all right when it's all wrong. Well, if I'm still here, I'll be making dope songs. I'm early Burrow, Scarborough's hero, trying to pick up the pieces like they did at Ground Zero. It's a harsh life, but I can't cry. Even at my worst, I always stay fly. When I wrote the verse, I never got high. Just a couple of beers and a strong vibe. Yeah, I'm ripped like I'm Rambo, got arms like Commando. I can't fucking handle them playing us like banjos. I can't stand these lies. When we gonna open up our eyes?
We can't live on lies, but lies is what they feed us. The bread of our earth furnished by non-believers. Papers, governments purposely mislead us. No wonder our people avoid a fucking reason. It's treason, people devoid of nutrition. Corporations too busy digging for their system. And now the farmers are the victims in prison. Where the coca plant go, militarism. You're so see-through. What's mass destruction? Shit, it's your people. Destructive is your foreign policy like Hebrews. The Palestinians don't play the white card. You're too E-crew. Please holla. I'd love to have a debate for democracy, state, democra who, democra fake. Maybe democracy might be exactly what you need. Till then, fuck you, I won't believe.
This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the cake from the plate and straight to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity.
War on the common man, suicide bombers and commercial airliners, wingspan twin towers, man, death reigned for hours, and days that followed were full of pain and sorrow. We prayed for the borrowed souls not shown tomorrow. Was it the politics that got them slick? Oil made somebody rich, follow this, trying to get
On September 11, 2001, some powerful people conspired to murder American citizens on American soil and have the attack blamed on Muslims. Today, we know the truth. 9/11 was an inside job. Over 6 million viewers have seen 9/11 Loose Change. http://www.youtube.com/watchv=730ibo0all. In this film, the evidence was presented so that anyone who sees it would have questions and would want to know the truth. The government denies access to the truth. Government committed the murders and government refuses to answer any questions about 9/11 because they fear that we will learn the truth and many arrests will be made. There was help from the CIA. The explosives had to be put in place to demolish the buildings. There was help from the FBI. They confiscated over 85 videos of the Pentagon missile attack and won't release them. Maybe they are kept in the same vault with the JFK assassination videos? In both cases, the people were threatened, gangster style, not to talk or they would be hurt. There was help from the virtual owner of the World Trade Center buildings, and anyone can ask Larry Silverstein the following questions. Who authorized those buildings to be wired for explosives? It takes months to set up a controlled demolition. When were those buildings wired? For what reason were these buildings set up for demolition? Did you solve the $1 billion asbestos problems by murdering citizens? Why were all the Jews in those offices told not to come to work that day, Mr. Silverstein? Did you think the Jewish community would know that you allowed Jews to die? Were you afraid that you'd be ostracized from your own community? Are you now a hero at home? What did you do with the profit you made from the 9/11 inside job? I know you felt so bad about all the loss of life that you had to have the asbestos buildings where all the Enron documents were being kept destroyed, but I wonder if you ever paid a visit to any of the families of those you murdered. Maybe the smartest thing to do is to go visit them to make it look good. Do you have friends in Mossad? You are aware that those working for Moving Systems Incorporated were detained and found to have box cutters and video of the towers, aren't you? Did you know that they worked for Mossad, and they were released, and their files hidden under the umbrella of classified? Does this remind you of the USS Liberty attack, Mr. Silverstein? A Navy ship was damaged, and 34 U.S. sailors lost their lives when Israel attacked, in hopes that the Egyptians would be blamed, and President Lyndon Johnson did not want to embarrass his Jewish friends by making a big deal of it, and so I want to know if you think the U.S. should continue aid to Israel. Then, I'd like to play a clip from the Naudet Brothers movie about 9/11. 9/11 documentary, The Naudet Brothers. http://www.youtube.com/watchv=nvnrfhjcq. This is the scene where the firemen are in the lobby and people are jumping from the tall towers and hitting the concrete below. This is the sound of people dying. I hope Larry Silverstein, George Bush, Dick Cheney, and Donald Rumsfeld spend the rest of eternity listening to the sound of those people jumping to their deaths. Here's the clip.
Most of the people in Tower 1 came out on the mezzanine above the lobby. Then they'd get out through another building.
All right, I want to use the lobby of 7 as a triage.
The chiefs didn't want anyone going through the lobby doors. First, it was because debris was falling outside. Then, it was people falling.
You don't see it, but you know where it is.
What's that?
And you know that every time you hear that crashing sound, it's a life which is extinguished. It's not something you could get used to. And the sound was so loud.
I just remember looking up, thinking, how bad is it up there that the better option is to jump?
man, suicide bombers and commercial airliners, wingspan twin towers, man, death reigned for hours, and days that followed were full of pain and sorrow. We prayed for the borrowed souls not shown tomorrow. Was it the politics that got them slick? Oil made somebody rich, follow this, trying to get the people to see it's a conglomerate. Big biz working with government, get a dollar shit bigger than your average Joe Black. The fact is you straight from the back, you bound to get smacked back and still paying taxes. Every day asking the Lord if my fam's in the sweet here and after. 9/11 chapter, wish I could turn back time, notify perhaps, prevent it ever happening. This is for the cats who died but never had to. Memories don't live like people do.
This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the came from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. Yeah, yeah. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity.
I'm not involved with the politics, the government's lies, plots and tricks. Keep my eyes focused on what's obvious. Staying positive, mind focused like the Nautilus. Attempt to do more and talking less to stop the violence. Requires more than open eyelids. Expose the truth in its entirety and let the people choose to be free. But it would seem that this freedom comes at a cost. And if you ask me, that's the worst oxymoron of them all. But the pattern doesn't cease, it continues to repeat. Possibilities recede as we choose to remain asleep. Gonna take nothing less than a world which reflects recognition of being blessed. Love in excess, give drama more rest. Make a shift to get to crack it, build the best to make it happen. Let's give threats to something trapped inside the mind, and when expressed the patterns break. Escape the matrix and the agents, floating into outer space, no longer chasing angels in the sky.
Eyes crying, hearts bleeding. I close my eyes and nightmares I keep dreaming. Short breathing, no sleeping, living in fear 'cause it's a new season. The conspiracy laying heavy on me, so hold my head high 'cause I'm American. Patriotism takes a new meaning and expands the attack on those breathing. From my vantage point, I can't believe my eyes. The victimized and terrorized, so we are told the lies. Because our judgment implies that we could only sympathize and take in the only comfort, never realize that ignorance is bliss. So we all believe in covert, simple mental dismiss. Now we all need a shoulder. Stop being so careless and become more fearless and dare to be a unity to stop the attack on humanity.
This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the came from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. Yeah, yeah. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity.
This is for the ones who lived, the ones who died, the ones who tried to survive, then had to divide from their families. Tragically, a war on humanity. This reality is killing me inside like a fatality. Can it be happy ever after? Or do we need a new chapter? Like Brenda need a baby? Maybe it's this life that drove us crazy, or all the drugs that got everybody wavy and ready for war like we in the Navy. Hustle hard just to drive Mercedes, do whatever for the ladies, then it's gone in a second. A life learned lesson. You only live once, but you gotta try twice. Take a gamble, roll the dice. You only got one life, but a million rights, and one wife and a million fights. But on the night it was one crash, then we lost a million lives.
Playing subway trains, bombs, whatever the method. These are the memories we never forgetting. These are things that we instill in our soul, the values we gotta learn in order to grow. We're told that public safety's at risk, giving reason to get an RFID chip. I'm not here to tell you what that is. I'm here to bow my head down to the people that we miss. What's the reason for destruction? I think it's about money and overconsumption of resources like oil. This is for the people 6 feet deep in the soil. Open up your eyes, do you see the signs? Sometimes these kind of crimes can make us feel like we can run, but we can't hide. So will you run, or will you choose to fight? It goes like,
this is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the came from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. Yeah, yeah. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity.
911, emergency, emergency, truth in front of me. And it occurred to me The burglary of liberty swept from under my feet, rights taken from me. You're messing up my clarity, I'm just another battery in this war against humanity, but we can feel it, history repeats it. Get up off your seat, kid, get up on your feet, kid. We're praying to the same God, but you're pointing one gun, making all the kids run. Now you fucking killed them.
Father, forgive them.
Families will miss them. Now they grab a pistol, now they shot your sister. When will we resist the need for revenge? Enemies we befriend, choose peace till the end, and you will end war. Let's explore another possibility, cause killing the enemy is killing you and me.
One king, one love, one hat treason. Remember November, now there's purpose and reason. Cold blood in the veins, hearts are freezing. Shooting up innocent lives, haunting season. Flowers to the chest while we burning their nest. Every time we push man, we just failing the test. Ready to take a laugh while we pray to be blessed. All the hate in this world burns a hole in my chest. Flanders field, new blood, new faces. Laughs on the lines from all these races. How many must have for the evil aces? Should I believe the guns or the saving graces? Took 2 towers and a nation in vain to justify the crime of time and let the dollars rain. 600,000 dead, 6 billion in pain. There's blood on your heads, you can't wash these stains.
This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the gain from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality.
Real.
This was not what they made us believe. That was an attack on humanity.
Remember, this is our world, and not some corporate toy. Politics and war, the more humanity's destroyed. They will give up anything to stop us from uniting. Race, color, latitude, all to keep us fighting. We will cross the globe, using lyrics as our war. Ghetto boys and girls, we united around the world for Buffalo to Hamilton, music we deploy. Cleveland to China, music, global report. So no matter what you see outside your window, an attack was made, but the target wasn't clear. So U.S. was hurt, yes at first glance, but humanity was struck with cancer like Lance. And we ain't going nowhere, world, we're here, struggling, surviving, unity will persevere. So don't be a sheep and follow in insanity, cause any act of terror is war on humanity.
This is to the brothers and the sisters, to the mothers and the fathers and families. This is for the gain from the pain and the strain to those we lost tragically. This is for the whole wide world to wake up and see the reality. This was not what they made us believe. 9/11 was an attack on humanity.
I keep encountering people who believe that the September 11th attacks were an inside job. There are often noticeable similarities with religious ideas. For example, I can't help noticing how the contradictory claims of different religions correlate with the varied conspiracy theories regarding whether it really was airliners which flew into the Twin Towers and the Pentagon, or missiles, or remote-controlled airliners or drones, whether the planes contained explosives or not, whether the collapse of the towers was due to a controlled demolition or even a nuclear-powered demolition, and so on. Now, I have no vested interest in what has become known as the official story, or any other theory about what exactly happened on that terrible day. As with any other area of inquiry, I try to approach it scientifically, by keeping speculation to a minimum and working with the known facts and building up a case from there. The truth of what happened is of paramount importance, and part of getting to the actual real truth, the reality untarnished with emotional bias, is to critically examine the various theories which people have. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to compile a detailed report, but I'm speaking as someone who used to be a lot more anti-establishment and scientifically illiterate. I was taken in by the demolition theory, especially regarding Building 7. However, what I came to realize was that the truther, authors and documentary makers failed to show both sides of the building before it collapsed. They kept repeating controlled demolition, a few small fires, prior knowledge of the collapse, and Larry Silverstein's use of the word pull. I now know that pull does not only mean detonating the explosives. It can also refer to getting the firefighters and rescue workers out of a building which is buckling after extensive damage from fire and debris and in obvious imminent danger of collapse. The message the so-called truthers kept repeating was that no steel-framed skyscraper had ever collapsed because of fire. What they seemed to gloss over was the fact that airliners hit them and seriously compromised their structural integrity, which was further weakened by fire damage. I keep asking them, what else did you expect to happen? Why invoke explosives at all? Another contradiction is between those who believe that the US government had prior knowledge of a terrorist plot but let it happen, and those who believe that the US government orchestrated the whole thing and that the Islamic hijackers and bin Laden were just patsies. I don't have any more information available to me than the next person with an internet connection, and I wouldn't be surprised if some individuals within the US administration had some idea of such a plan of attack, and I'm sure that there is greater incompetence and inefficiency emanating from the White House than those in charge would like us to know about. But most of the conspiracist claims seem so far-fetched and implausible that I, for one, believe that the official story is more likely to be the most accurate account of what really happened. I like to think that the more you study a subject, the more knowledgeable you become about that subject. Similarly, a detective working on a case is more likely to uncover what really happened if he or she spends more time interviewing people and examining the available evidence. So I would now put myself forward as an example of someone who kept asking himself, could I be wrong about this? And gradually I came to the conclusion that I was wrong. Some have called me an apologist for the official lie, but I don't think that is an accurate description. I'm simply a skeptic with nothing to lose, or gain, from anything other than the truth of reality. It really is that simple. It's important for us to be aware of how easily we can be led astray, either deliberately or by deluded people. The method which works best for me is to continually ask questions, including, could I be wrong about this?
Tears Remembered, a memorial poem by Shirley Fine Lee. On 9/11, the innocent died, heroes truly tried, and the masses cried. In the aftermath, American pride, heavy weeping tides, deliberate strides. Now in the present, monuments abide, musings coincide, and still misty-eyed.
Your broken memory, and my spirit weeps, remembering the faces in the clouds. That was yesterday, and now it's today. I remember how you smiled, how you danced, how you laughed, how you sang, how you lived, and now your fortresses lie on the ground, and your memory forever it will stay. And the birds, they are falling as the glass falls like rain, and the tears, they are flowing like a river of pain. I remember yesterday. I remember just yesterday, the smile on my face as I watched you walk away, and never to expect that that smile would turn to tears as I watched you blaze. My heart fell as it crumbled. Somehow I watched the world fade away. The screams of the innocent, the whole world in silence as you became yesterday's rain. These tears, I try to make sense, and the birds, they are falling as the glass falls like rain, and the tears, they are flowing like a river of pain. I remember, and I wonder at the faces of the ones who did this to you. Will ever know the pain of these tears, of this rain? Will they ever know the fear of watching loved ones fade away? Will they ever fear the sun? Can you tell me, will they ever face the guilt of all the words of love we left unsaid? Will the world ever stop just to remember them dead? Will they ever know the pain of the blood that they shed? Will they ever see the hole left where our loved ones bled? And the birds, they are falling. You'll never be forgotten, never forget you. You'll never be forgotten, oh, never forget you. You'll never be forgotten, oh, never, never, never forget you. You'll never be forgotten.